to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in, and winter's gone away. Oh. Take no scorn to wear the horn, it was the crest when you were born. Your ancient kin have worn it, and now you wear it too. Oh, Halento, jolly rum below, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in, and winter's gone away, oh. Robin Hood and Little John have both gone to the Pharaoh, and we will hail the merry green to hunt the buck and hare, oh, Halento, jolly rum below, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in, and winter's gone away, oh. We have brought the budding branch to bless the hearth and bed, oh, for none should be alone today, but to the woods instead, oh, Halento, jolly rum below, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in, and winter's gone away, oh. Bless the Lord and Lady and all who dwell in here, oh, and bless the little children born and the turning of the year, oh, Halento, jolly rum below, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in, and winter's gone away, oh, Halento.
Good morning. My name is Natalie Emmons, and on behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville, I welcome you to this very special service to commemorate May Day, a celebration of High Spring in the Ozarks, and UUFF's first ever Pagan Pride Day service. Woo! This service was put together by Web of Life, UUFF's Pagan and Nature Spirituality Group. We want to give a shout out to Reverend Renee and NWA Witches and Pagans who helped with organizing this service. In accord with our shared value pluralism, UUFF affirms and supports many diverse worship forms, including ritual-based services where we observe the Wheel of the Year holidays. Our Web of Life group in today's service honor the interdependent web of all existence and the sixth source, spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature. A special welcome to our Facebook friends joining online and to those who are visiting us for the first time. I hope you were given all the information you needed to feel comfortable here today. If you did not fill out the clipboard information in the lobby and want to get our emails, there are white cards in the seat backs in front of you, and you may fill one out and drop it in the offertory basket later in the service so we can send you our weekly e-newsletter. Our AV tech, David, in the back can help you with hearing devices if needed. Children are always welcome in our services. If at any time you or your child need to step out during the service, there are seats and restrooms in the foyer. We have childcare available downstairs as well. We are about to enter sacred time. We are about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and intention. Please silence your phones or other devices. Today's service includes a procession outdoors to our green lawn where we will weave the Maypole. Given that our tech setup is sanctuary-based, this portion of the service will not be streamed on Facebook. After the service concludes, we will continue merrymaking and enjoy a meal together in the spirit of strengthening our community. Food for the potluck will be set up in the lobby, but we encourage folks to eat and enjoy the activities and music outdoors on the green lawn around our Maypole. And please join us for the potluck. Even if you didn't bring anything, we love feeding people and welcoming newcomers. And we are just delighted that you have decided to spend your morning with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Our service looks a little different today. So we are sharing announcements at the beginning rather than the end. Friends, we are a fellowship of action and activities. Okay, so today's service was crafted with a few goals in mind: to educate and increase visibility around pagan community, to celebrate and foster pride among our pagan neighbors, friends, family, and congregation, and to celebrate May Day and the full bloom of spring using pagan ritual worship forms. Our hope is that this multi-layered service will increase your awareness and understanding about the pagan community, as well as activate your playful, fun-loving spirit and sense of connection to this sacred community and to all of nature. During the ritual elements of the service, we encourage you to sing along during the songs, lend your voice to our call and response, and fully engage body, mind, and spirit. It so happens that Unitarian Universalism has a long-standing relationship with modern paganism. In the mid-19th century, transcendentalists such as Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Margaret Fuller heavily influenced Unitarian theology by emphasizing human harmony with nature and our innate goodness. And then we fast forward to the 1970s, when UU paganism emerged from feminist critiques within the denomination that highlighted patriarchal norms in UU liturgy and imagery. The 1977 Women and Religion Resolution prompted reforms that opened space for earth-centered and goddess-oriented spirituality. And that's when we got our gray hymnal that removed the patriarchal language from our spiritual, beings. And, so such as the, early UU pagan practices appeared at feminist theology gatherings, such as the 1980 Continental Feminist Theological Convocation, which introduced rituals. This is where we got water communion, which I love that, another one of our yearly rituals that's so great. And it included workshops on witchcraft and goddess traditions. In 1985, UU members interested in paganism created what became the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, also known as CUPS. Through the late 80s and early 90s, CUPS expanded rapidly, hosting programs at the UUA General Assembly, most notably Margot Adler's widely attended 1987 keynote. Their efforts led to significant institutional milestones, including the incorporation of earth-centered spirituality into the 1993 UU hymnal, the next hymnal, and the adoption of a sixth source in 1995, formally recognizing earth-centered traditions as part of our UU spiritual heritage. It's kind of what makes us pluralist, isn't it? Although UU pagan circles are a small percentage of the overall UU population, they have played an influential role in broadening the denomination's theological landscape and network for earth-centered and pagan UUs. While there is much to be proud of within our living tradition, it is nothing short of remarkable that Unitarian Universalism exists as perhaps the only organized interfaith religion that explicitly affirms and welcomes individuals who identify as pagans or have nature-based spirituality. It is my sincere hope that people of all faith traditions and spiritual paths feel welcome here at UUFF.
At the center, we light our living flame. Please join me with these words. Our light is the light of the sun, keeper of all we love. Our light is the light of all living things, light precious like our own. Our light is the light of the cosmos, keeper of all we know.
This morning, we acknowledge our place within the interconnected web of life and all existence. We center ourselves within the eternal cosmos at this exact moment in time, here and now. At this center, we pause to give our thanks to the mighty guardians of the heavens and earth. We thank the sun for their life-giving energy and radiant light that illuminates our world and allows us to see all within it and the mysteries beyond. We thank the moon and the stars for their soft glow and the backdrop of darkness, and for guiding us like a lantern through the changes with each season. We thank the earth for being our mother, our protector, and our home. We are grateful for your fertile lands and oceans, for which all life is born. We thank the trees and the mountains for teaching us to stand tall between heaven and earth, and ever steadfast in our journey to seek truth and meaning. We thank the rivers and the winds for teaching us to go with the flow of the rhythms of nature and to be ever-changing and evolving as we move through the cycles of the seasons and the cycles within our lives. Mighty guardians, as you give, so shall we. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Let us envision now a circle of energy surrounding us in this time together, by the earth that is her body, by the air that is her sweet breath, by the fire of her bright spirit, and by the water that flows within her. Our circle is cast, and we are between worlds, and what happens between worlds changes the world.
This flame represents pagan visibility, lighting the way to our spiritual home. The Pagan Pride Day movement started in the late 1990s to promote positive portrayals of pagans and paganism. Since then, pagan pride gatherings have spun up across the country, including nearby Springfield and Tulsa. This morning's service reflects our commitment to pagan visibility because visibility and representation matter. Why does pagan visibility matter? It matters because recognition is a prerequisite for genuine religious freedom and equal treatment. When pagan communities are visible, institutions are more likely to account for their needs in policies around religious accommodations, interfaith engagement, and civil protections. Visibility helps to ensure that pagans are not excluded simply because their traditions fall outside dominant religious frameworks. It affirms that paganism is a living, legitimate set of spiritual paths rather than something marginal, fictional, or obsolete. Visibility also plays a critical role in countering misinformation and stigma. Many misconceptions about paganism persist precisely because people rarely encounter real pagan individuals or communities. Media portrayals that are wildly inaccurate have become the primary source for informing public perceptions. Authentic representation replaces fear and stereotypes with understanding. It shifts views and provides a more accurate narrative that pagans are ordinary, tax-paying citizens with ethical values, community ties, and meaningful spiritual lives. Humanization and the ability to relate to pagans reduces prejudice and creates safer environments. Pagan visibility further supports cultural diversity and personal well-being. It allows traditions that were historically suppressed and erased to be reconstructed and passed on, while also giving individuals permission to live authentically without hiding their beliefs. More broadly, pagan perspectives contribute to a richer, more pluralistic understanding of spirituality, one that emphasizes our innate goodness, our deep interconnectedness with the natural world, and respect for multiple ways of finding meaning. In this sense, pagan visibility benefits not only pagans themselves, but the health and inclusivity of society as a whole. With that said, we will create space for 3 pagan speakers to share a little about their lived experience and what welcoming pagan communities mean to them.
This flame represents pagan inclusion, lighting the way to our spiritual home. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Avery. I joined this fellowship last year at around this time, a few months before. And I'm born and raised from Arkansas, and I'm a student at the university, soon to be graduating. As such, let me give us a moment to recite a little bit of statistics. From an 80s survey compiled from 189 respondents, it was found that 58% of pagans were women, 38% were men, and notable for the time, 4% were androgynous, with a mark that this did not entirely mean that 4% were biologically androgynous. 61% were heterosexual, and 39% were not. In 2010, another survey was conducted, this time with over 8,000 respondents. And although there wasn't compiled information about the gender identity, there was compiled information that 66.9% were heterosexual. And therefore, 33.1% were not. In 2015, the Pew Research Center did a study as well, finding that 11% of LGBTQ individuals identified with non-Christian faith, particularly a large portion of which were neo-pagan or modern pagan or interfaith universalist. This is compared to only 6% of the general population, almost double. Now, what does this mean for me? As I'm speaking about pagan inclusion, I wanted to speak a little bit about my personal experience as a gender non-conforming individual in a faith tradition that affirms this. I was born in a Methodist household, born in with Christian values, and for a long time, I believed that I was a boy. This did not entirely sit well with me, as we can possibly make out. And as I grew older, I became more and more aware that I just didn't sit right with the identity that I had been constructed with. And as I grew, I became more and more disillusioned with the Christian faith for this idea of religious and gender identity that I was constructed with, that I was intended to uphold. Eventually, I became, let's say, less religious, and I became more in tune with my personal identity of gender. This led to my introduction to the pagan faith. Whenever I was 16, I became more interested in pagan faith and nature-based spirituality, and specifically what interested me was the lack of doctrine and the introduction of gender inclusivity that I had not been privy to as a child. And this led me to this congregation last year. Thankfully, I found a very welcoming community here, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Our chant for this portion is called Web of Wonder, and I would like to teach it to you. There are two sections. The first section sounds like this. Web of wonder, I'm a thread, you're a thread. Web of wonder, weave the web, weave the web. Okay, I want you to try that with me. Ready? Web of wonder, I'm a thread, you're a thread. Web of wonder, weave the web. And the next part goes like this. All's connected in the web, all the living, all the dead. Through its fabric we are met, intertwining sorrow, man. Try that with me. Ready? Here we go. All's connected in the web, all the living, all the dead. Through its fabric we are met, intertwining sorrow, man. Let's do the whole song. Web of wonder, I'm a thread and you're a thread. Web of wonder, weave the web, weave the web. All's connected in the web, all the living, all the dead. Through its fabric we are met, intertwining sorrow, men. Beautiful.
This flame represents pagan justice, lighting the way to our spiritual home. So, hi everyone who does not know me. My name is Alan. I am a student at the University of Arkansas, currently studying English, history, and African American studies. And I've been a pagan for a while now, but it wasn't always that way. And to me, when I was thinking about this, pagan justice really felt to me almost like healing, because I do believe that healing is a form of justice. And I first found paganism in a fun little year of 2020 when absolutely nothing happened. It was completely normal. Me and all my friends were stuck inside, And my mom had just recently been diagnosed with cancer, so it was even more dire for me. I could not leave the house besides going into my front yard for about 2 years. It was pretty rough. Around that time, me and my friends found ways to communicate online, and we became very online, sometimes in not so great areas for a group of 14-year-olds. But through that, we all became introduced to the pagan faith. We were all very interested in witchcraft, but paganism really hit somewhere for me. I was raised agnostic, and for a really long time, I was actually an anti-theist. So paganism was a bit weird to me, but at a time of my life where I felt so disconnected from the world, it was fairly traumatizing for a young kid going through that. And to me, paganism felt like something that could connect me to the one thing that I could interact with every day, which was nature. If I couldn't go outside and interact with my friends, I could go outside and sit in the grass. I could find frogs and bugs. I could listen to the birds. And that became my main way of centering myself. It helped me work through a lot of my anxiety and my fear at the time, which I know a lot of people felt the exact same. I very quickly kind of started getting into specifically the goddess Aphrodite, who we do have on our altar today, because Beltane is majority her holiday within the wheel of the year. And I really felt connected to her because of this idea of self-love. It's really hard to feel love from people when you're not around them, but this concept that love is around you and that you have the power to bring it upon yourself was so important to me and healing as a kid. Justice may seem different to some other people, especially when you're thrown into a time where it was, again, really hard for me to go outside. A lot of people didn't want to wear masks to school. They didn't want to get their vaccinations. So I wasn't allowed to spend my sophomore year in high school. I had to spend it at home online. And that was really infuriating and angering to me. So to help ground myself, I made an altar. It helped me. I would clean it every single week. I would dust it. I would go outside. I would find stones and little items to clean and put on it. And it gave me time to fully process my emotions. To me, that is a way that the pagan community helped me find healing and justice. And then a few years ago, I found this group, Web of Life, actually specifically through E inviting me to it 1 year on campus. And it really, really solidified to me that healing through the pagan community is something that is so incredibly important to our beliefs. Everyone around me was so kind and helped me work through extremely hard times of my life. And I feel like I definitely wouldn't have grown into the person I was if it wasn't for my local pagan community. People here are kind and they help you grow slowly rather than quickly, which is what a lot of the world wants from you, because paganism really calls for slow, natural growth. It's really hard sometimes to work through things like that, quarantine, being separated from friends, traumatic family things, but sometimes if you allow yourself to open your heart up to a community like that, it can be so incredibly important. And to me, that is really what pagan justice represents.
Hello, my name is Ralph Lamping. This flame represents the pagan spiritual journey, lighting the way to our spiritual home. Hello, my name is Ralph Lamping. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a retired psychiatric nurse. I've been a member of this Unitarian Fellowship and the Pagan Web of Life for the past 3 years. About 25 years ago, I was introduced to paganism by a coworker who had been a practicing witch and priestess of Wicca since the late 1960s. Together, we formed a small coven of people who were interested in practicing witchcraft. What benefits did we derive from practicing the craft? We learned how to know ourselves, how to communicate with our subconscious, known as younger self. We learned the arts of ritual and magic. allowing us to affect change in our perception of reality. Also, we learn how to enter into the realm of deep self, the divine within us. Rather than feeling we needed to pray to a God outside ourselves when in times of need, we would be able to send helpful or healing energies to those in need from the divine source deep within our psyches. I found it a great comfort to feel that I wasn't so helpless in this universe after all. My greatest joy from our pagan practice was the fellowship we felt for each other within the coven. We were like a family, devoted to the happiness and well-being of each other. We knew if a crisis afflicted us, the other coven members would be there to help as best they could. Practicing pagan rituals, always done outdoors, with weather permitting, well, almost always, allowed us to develop a close bond with nature. Dancing and chanting around a bonfire while holding hands, one could sense the presence of spirits in the natural world around us. We learned the importance of respecting the faith folks. One never wants to piss off the fairies. Pagans learn to value our natural world. My favorite prayer in action is to pick up whatever litter I find while in the forest. I feel that the faith folk have rescued me when lost in the woods. They can also be very good spirit guides, especially when searching for crystals. At least in Wicca, there is no dogma. It is a religion of feelings, not of belief. Pagans know to not take themselves too seriously. One should be respectful of the various deities and rituals, but magic only happens when an element of play is present. It hasn't been always rainbows and unicorns while practicing paganism. There have been conflicts within the circles, just as one would expect within a family, but the conflicts could always be resolved. Also, many people hold feelings of prejudice for any religion outside the Abrahamic traditions. I've known people to lose friends and jobs as a result of being pagan. Within my tradition, one is expected never to reveal who are the coven members without their permission. We must never forget the burning times. They may return someday. I was taught to never attempt to harm others with your magic. The law of karma is immutable. One cannot harm others without causing greater harm to oneself. I would like to finish with a quote from The Charge of the Goddess by Doreen Valiente. Let there be beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor and reverence within thee. And thou who seekest to know me, know that thy seeking and yearning shall avail thee not, unless thou knowest the mystery. For if that which thou seekest thou findest not within thee, thou wilt never find it without. For behold, I have been with thee from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire.
With this clear quartz crystal, mined from Arkansas earth and hallowed by these 4 sacred flames, we amplify our intentions to promote pagan visibility, inclusion, justice, and the pagan spiritual journey on this day and forevermore. So may it be.
So may it be.
This fellowship is a community in which we are all welcome. Its energy and resources feed the fire of our spiritual growth. Its wealth and hearth are what we share. As we contribute to the life of the community, we affirm the spark of life that it brings to us. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this, our fellowship. Thank you.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh by and by? I was born down in the valley where the sun refused to shine. But now I'm climbing up to the highlands, gonna claim my place in the light. May the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by. There's a better way to live now. We can have it if we try. There's so much pain all around us. How can we take it away? Our hard work is the answer. Oh, my friends, let's start today. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better way to live now. We can have it if we try. There is beauty in the garden, gonna soak it in today. Let's wind the Maypole and make joy our goal in this blessed month of May. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better way to live now. We can have it if we try. We can have it if we try.
We will begin our celebration of May Day in the Ozarks with a litany of seasonal blessings. The fires of May Day bring our senses to life. We awaken to the vibrance of the season all around us. Please rise as you are able and join in our call and response. We invite you to respond with "Let us rejoice." For warm weather and long days and the energy to enjoy them, let us rejoice.
For all the flowers and bushes in bloom, for tulips and magnolias and lilies of the valley, for dogwood and azalea, buttercups and purple cone flowers,
let us rejoice. For the feathery leaves sprouting on trees, let us rejoice.
For the greenness of growing things,
let us rejoice. For the bright song of birds greeting the dawn, let us rejoice.
For the return of diverse animal and plant life,
let us rejoice. For proms and graduations and new beginnings, let us rejoice.
For making fond memories with family and friends,
let us rejoice. For joy and passion, let us rejoice.
For gardeners who weed and clear and plant and feed and mulch and grow,
let us rejoice. For greens and herbs and fresh garden vegetables, let us rejoice.
For the fertility of the mind and spirit that makes us creative,
let us rejoice. For the miraculous fertility of the earth and all its plants and animals and people, let us rejoice.
And for our determination to take good care of her,
let us rejoice.
You may be seated. I would love for you to join with me for the seasonal song called Hallantoe. You heard me sing it at the prelude at the beginning of the service, and so I'd like you to join with me in the chorus. Let's sing it. Let me sing it for you once, and then we're going to sing it all together. It goes like this. Hallantoe, jolly rum Little John have both gone to the barrow, and we will do the merry green to hunt the buck and arrow. Allentown, jolly run below, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away. We have brought the budding branch to bless the hearth and meadow, for none should be alone today, but to the woods instead. Oh, Allentown, jolly run below, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away. Bless the Lord and Lady and all who dwell in Hero. Bless the little children born and the turning of the year. Oh, Allentown, jolly run below, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the Mayo, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away. Allentown.
We will say goodbye to our Facebook friends as we conclude the recorded part of today's service. Please join me with these words. We extinguish this flame, but not the radiant light of the life that burns within us. That we take forth into the seasons, into the world, and into our lives, shining on as the wheel turns.
All right, so we are going to prepare to proceed together outdoors for the weaving of our Maypole. We will take the most accessible route through the front entrance and around the west side of the building where the sidewalk is less steep. And then we are going to walk through the lower level of the building, through the hallway, and out the other side to the green space where we will form a large circle around the Maypole. If you need assistance getting to and from the green lawn, you can raise your hand and someone will come to assist you. We want to make sure that everybody here today has a chance to fully participate and safely get to the green lawn. And we have a few volunteers around who are available to assist as needed. So I am going to lead our procession outdoors. We're going to congregate out into the foyer area and make sure everyone is ready to go here in a moment. As we move out to the foyer, we encourage you to grab an instrument from the back of the sanctuary against the wall. And as we process, we will sing, jingle our bells, beat our drums, and make merry as we welcome high spring. And Rev Renee is going to lead us in the chorus to Allentown as we process to our green lawn. So let us get ready and let's do this.